Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing an updated, I guess, Q&A. So I did go ahead on my Instagram yesterday and I did ask you guys questions to ask me. If you can hear a baby talking, it's because Oakley, well, not talking, but like babbling. Oakley is laying right here. Josh is out playing video games, so I'm letting him enjoy his space and I am doing this to enjoy my space. And then Oakley, like I said, is right here. Don't mind the hair, I just got out of the shower and I'm trying not to apply any heat to it because I am going through postpartum hair loss very bad. But yeah, like I said, I went on my Instagram yesterday and I thought this would be a cool little fun video to make for my channel. So I asked you guys to ask me questions, and to my surprise I actually got a good feedback, at least enough to go ahead and make this video. So I'm just gonna hop right into it because I have a feeling this video is gonna be kind of lengthy just because some of the questions kind of involve a heavy answer, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get started. First question is, do you do hair anymore? So I mean, I still have my license. I'm still keeping up on that, but as if I'm like working in a salon right now, then the answer is no. That isn't the plan for always to be. I'm staying at home with Oakley right now as she's little and watching her grow up and raising her. My plan is not to be a stay-at-home mom forever. I do want to get back into the salon eventually, and it's like one of my goals and I guess dreams, I guess you could say, to open up my own salon. So I still have that goal set for me, I guess you could say, and it's still something that I plan to do. But just right now it's kind of put on pause as my career has kind of shifted over to being a mom to Oakley and raising her. Baby number 2. My daughter is 4 months old. I mean, I know it can happen, but just not right now. Definitely want more than just one. I mean, we obviously are very blessed with Oakley and we love her so much, but we don't see us being a family of 3 and only having one child. Ideally, I would love to have 3 children. I do want them super close, so I would say baby number 2 is a possibility, more of like trying for baby number 2 maybe when Oakley turns 1, so in December. I feel like December, January is probably when we'll start trying, but the whole like getting pregnant thing gives me anxiety just because we had such a hell of a time trying to get Oakley. But yeah, that's kind of, I would say, the ideal place when baby number 2 might come into the picture is this like winter or beginning of next year. What is your biggest fear? My biggest fear, definitely now that I'm a mom, is anything happening to Oakley. I just want to protect her at all costs from everything, and I'm just gonna do that to the best of my ability as long as I can, because I know obviously when she gets older and more independent, I'm not always gonna have the ability to protect her from anything and everything. Bless you. So as long as I'm able to do that, I will do that. But yeah, anything to happen to her, I have seen too much stuff on social media about parents having to say goodbye to their little ones or something horrible happening to their babies, and I just could not imagine going through that. What is your skincare routine? What beauty products do you use and where do you buy them? So my skincare routine is pretty simple. I just use the Cetaphil Daily Gentle Exfoliating Cleanser, I think is what it's called. I don't know. I just use that when I get out of the shower and then before I go to bed, and then I just put a Clean and Clear, their daily moisturizer. I just put that on right after I'm done washing my face. And you can get that at any drugstore. I get mine at Walmart. And then the beauty products that I use a Mary Kay BB cream. I don't want to like go into too much depth of all the beauty products that I use because I want to make a video of like a get ready with me mom edition. But yeah, just real quick, I use BB cream for foundation. It's by Mary Kay. Eyeshadow, there's like a variety of different ones I use. Brows, I use Anastasia, which today I kind of feel like they're just a little too bold and too dark for my liking. I usually like the more natural looking brow, but I think today I kind of went a little too heavy with the brows. Concealer, it varies. Sometimes I use NARS, sometimes I use Ultra HD. Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, I get all of them at Sephora, so I know a lot of them you could get at Ulta, but I just have always gone to Sephora, so that's just where I get my makeup from. Will you ever share your miscarriage story on your YouTube channel? So yes, I plan to eventually. It's just kind of like whenever the time is right, because it's harder for me to talk about it out loud than it is to like write. As you can see, I literally like, yeah. I'm not even like saying anything about it. I just like said the word miscarriage and it just like took me back a little bit. But yeah, to answer your question, I do plan to, but like I just said, it's harder for me to verbally communicate it and talk about it than it is to like type it. I mean, I feel like I've been pretty open about it on like social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, just because it's easier for me to just sit on my phone and type it. For me at least, I feel like whenever I'm typing something, especially that heavy, I don't actually think about and like process what I'm typing. I just type it out and there's that. Whereas sitting in front of a camera, saying and talking about it from start to finish, I mean, I haven't done that. I haven't really sat down with anyone and talked about my story from start to finish. Well, I guess I did a podcast with Shelly Metling, but I mean, I don't know. I was sitting in my car and it's like I was on the phone, whereas if I'm sitting here in front of a camera, I know I'm like talking to people that are watching this video, but essentially I'm just sitting here in a room by myself talking out loud to myself, and I just haven't done that yet, and I guess it's just something I'm not ready for, and that's why I haven't done it yet. But I do plan to, because when I was going through all of my miscarriages, it was really comforting to get on YouTube and listen to other women's stories who are going through the same thing, or who were going through the same thing. You feel so alone going through it, so I think listening to other people share their story, you feel less alone. And I guess if I were to make my video, or whenever I'm able to make it and feel that I'm ready, if someone watches it and feels less alone for just a second or a split amount of time, then my video has done its job, and that would be so worth it for me to make it. So I do plan to eventually. It's just kind of like, when will I be ready? I don't want to just sit down and put myself through it again and talk about it when I'm not ready to talk about it. Like, I want to have an open mind. I want to feel at peace with it. And yeah, I'm not ready yet, but I eventually will. Brother asked me this. What's it like being the best mom in the universe, asking for a friend, ... I mean, obviously he's just like being a good brother and just, you know, wanting to give a compliment, I think. But honestly, like, those type of compliments mean a lot. You would think that, oh, it doesn't, but to a new mom like myself, or any mom in general, I think we all just are trying our best to stay above water and to keep our kids above water, and just wanting to give the absolute best and be the absolute best that we can be for them, for ourselves, and for our husbands, and for everyone else that is in our family, I guess you could say. So I encourage you, if you have a new mom in your life, or if you are a new mom, or if you know of a mom, just tell yourself or tell someone you are doing a good job. Oh, give me here. Oh. Who is that? Who is that? That's you. That's okay, baby. But yeah, like I was saying, just encourage yourself, or encourage another mom that you may know. Just let them know. It literally takes like 5 seconds to just text them and say, hey, you are doing a really good job, or hey, I know today might be a rough day, but just know I'm thinking of you and you were doing a good job. Because those texts, they seem so like they would be nothing, but they really are everything, and they do mean a lot, especially from someone that's looking in, and like recognizing it. It just, yeah, it does, it means a lot more than what you think. So what are your favorite mom/baby products? So this is actually another video that I plan to do, like my favorite baby products of 2020, but really quick. One of my like all-time favorite baby product that I would recommend anyone to either put on the registry, or if you're not gonna have a baby shower, I would recommend to just splurge and it's worth the money, is the Halo Bassinet. I am so appreciative that we got that as a gift for our baby shower. It was a higher ticketed item, so I don't know, I feel like all the higher ticketed items that I put when I was like creating, I was like, no one's probably gonna get this, but I'm just gonna put it just in case, because you never know. You see yourself. And I put it in, all of my aunts like went in and got it together, like chipped in, and I love it, especially like right after giving birth. You are sore whether you did it vaginally or you did it a C-section. I mean, I feel like a C-section, it might be harder to be mobile because you did like just get cut open and have stitches and all that, but I had a vaginal birth and I was pretty sore. Like, I didn't have no ab muscles, I didn't like nothing. And so not having to like get out of bed and go grab her in the middle of the night. Literally, it's like right at your bed length. You literally just lean your arm over, grab it, and you can pull it in. Or I know that there's a swivel option, so you can put it up to your bed and then just like swivel it over and grab your baby without even moving a muscle. It is a dream, and I recommend any new mom, or if you don't have it and you're about to have a baby, I recommend that you get it. Some of these questions got asked multiple times. Do you hear? I already asked that. Are your parents divorced? Yes, they are. They have been divorced since I was in 3rd grade, I think. Was it 3rd grade or was it 1st grade? 3rd grade, I think. I don't know. I think 3rd grade. I think since I was like 7 or 8 maybe. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, yes, they are divorced, but they are also happily remarried with, I would say, who they were meant to be with. Now that my parents are divorced, I never ever can imagine them that they were ever once together happily, just because they're like so different. I mean, I know opposites attract. Josh and I are different in a lot of ways, but we work so well together because of that. Like, we balance each other out, but they are just so different. But yeah, they're both remarried and they're happy, and that's all that matters. Do you and Josh have different parenting styles since Josh is Amish? Josh is not Amish. That's funny. He's not Amish. His grandparents are Amish, so but that's okay, because the person that asked this is back home where I live, and so obviously they don't know. But yeah, Josh is not Amish. He was not raised in the Amish either. When his dad was younger, his dad was raised Amish, so his dad's parents are Amish. But his dad went through Rumspringa, which is like this thing that you do when you're 16. It's really long, and I don't want to explain it wrong, so maybe I should have Josh come in here and explain it, but he's playing video games, so I don't want him to get mad if I interrupt his video games. But point being, Josh's dad left the Amish when he was younger, but not left as in like a sinful left, just like when you're in Rumspringa, I don't know how to explain this. When you're in Rumspringa, it's like 16, and I'll just have him explain it. Josh! Can you come here? I need you to explain Rumspringa. I don't even think I'm saying it right. Someone asked, I have it all written down, someone asked if you and I have different parenting styles since you were raised in the Amish. But I'm trying to explain that you weren't raised in the Amish, that your dad was raised Amish and he went through Rumspringa, but I don't want to explain Rumspringa wrong.
Okay, so when he was 16, it's when Rumspringa starts. So since he was Amish, he started the whole Rumspringa when he was 16. That's pretty much the time where they can kind of decide whether they want to be in the Amish church or if they want to move in a different path. So from when he was 16 till 18, he like dressed English and kind of did whatever he wanted to do. And then I think after, I think it was like 18 or 19, he just chose never to go back to the Amish. So that was his time to kind of leave the Amish church. And
he never joined, so it was never sinful. Yeah. So he still has a relationship with his Amish.
People kind of get that wrong, because once they join the Amish church, and then they say, hey, we don't want to be a part of the Amish church anymore, then that's when they get shunned and they get banished, and then that's when they have the bad relations with the family and whatnot. But since my dad since my dad did it when he was 16, it wasn't frowned upon. So there's never any bad blood between our family. So that's,
and you guys were never, you were never raised in Amish church or not?
No. We were never raised in like the Amish church. We never, like, we dressed in the black and white to go to like one of our aunt and uncle's weddings.
Yeah, but that's you are not Amish.
No.
That's what someone.
Oh.
I mean, no. It's someone that Beck and Elma that asked.
Like my family on my dad's side is Amish. They're all Amish.
But Josh and his brothers and like his intimate family, like
we went to Mennonite schools.
Intimate. I don't think I meant intimate. I think I meant intermediate or immediate.
Your
family.
Immediate. My immediate family is Amish, like my aunt and uncles and cousins on my dad's side.
Yeah.
And my grandma, grandpa, and whatnot.
Yeah.
But.
And then it asked if we had different parenting styles. Say that we have the same parenting styles. I mean, even when I was pregnant with Oakley, there were things that we like talked about, like, oh, if she came and said this to us, or if she did this, or if this happened. We've kind of talked about, I would say, and I mean, I would say we have a pretty mutual agreement on how we would handle it and what we would do. I think parenting is different for everyone. Like the way Josh's parents raised him, I would say there's stuff that we agree with, but then there's also stuff that we disagree with and will not be applying to our children. Same as like with my side of the family and the way that my parents raised my brother and I. I mean, there's ways that we agree with and like, and we will apply, but again, there's also stuff that we were raised a certain way and we just don't agree with it and we won't apply it. I mean, I think we're both appreciative of the way that our parents raised us, because that was their choice, but now it's our choice to raise Oakley. And yeah, I would say we have the same parenting styles, even though we both were raised completely opposite of each other. But yeah, I would say that we're the same. But no, Josh is not Amish. A relationship with your dad? I do. I mean, I feel like ever since getting or having Oakley and being pregnant with her, and like I just said, having her, I feel like our relationship has definitely grown closer. Yeah, I would say that our relationship is probably the strongest that it's ever been, and I wholeheartedly believe that Oakley has a lot to do with that, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that children can bring families closer, and I don't have a problem with that. Huh? Yeah, you love your grandpa. Huh? Will you ever talk about miscarriage? I already answered that. do you miss living in Michigan? I miss my family and my friends, but like living in the town, so to speak, no. Like, I could really care less to live. I mean, I don't really care where we live, honestly. I just, like I said, I miss the people that were there when I lived there, like my friends and my family, especially my mom, because my mom and I are like this. We talk literally every day and I tell her everything. Do you ever want to move back to Michigan? So I think it was like 2 years ago, I kind of hit like a low and I just really missed my family and my friends, but especially my mom. And I just was, I mean, we were going through all the miscarriages, and so I think that that kind of had a lot to weigh down, because I feel like when you're going through that, I mean, of course the number one person I wanted was Josh, but also like just a mom hug. It just means so much more when you're going through such a rough patch. So when we were going through that, I just like broke down and I just told Josh that I'm not doing well living here and I just want to move back to Michigan. And he was like, okay, like that's fine, I'll look for a job and we will look for a house. And but then we kind of just sat down and seriously talked about it and weighed our pros and our cons, and we just came to the realization that financially we are better off here in Indiana, especially with Josh's job, than we would be in Michigan. So yeah, and we're actually I mean, I would say, and I think Josh would agree, that we're getting pretty serious about wanting to build a home. I mean, I feel like we've definitely agreed that that's what we're gonna do. Now, as to, oh, well, when are you gonna build a house? Like, that's kind of like up in the air and whatnot. But I would say we are aiming to hopefully next summer get more serious into looking for a land, and then probably the year after that, I would say we would start to get more serious about actually building a home on the land. But obviously we have to find land first, and we don't want to just like see land that's a good deal and just like feel pressured like, okay, well, it's only this much, so let's just go ahead and get it, but the land not feel like home, if that makes sense. So we're not really in any rush. It's just this house, we want 3 kids. We feel like 3 kids is kind of a big family of 5 with 2 dogs. I feel like that's kind of a big family. But yeah, we know we're gonna outgrow this house. So yeah, that's just kind of what we've been talking about, and it's kind of like what we decided. But like I just said, it's not happening anytime soon. The start of the whole process won't be until next summer, and then there's a chance of, oh, we could find a house that's newly constructed and we tour it and look into it and we feel that it's the right fit for us, then we probably would do that. But we want to build a home that's 5 bedrooms because, like I said, we want 3 kids, us, and then we have to have a guest room because we live about 3 hours away from my family, and so we want a place for them to be able to come and stay, because it's not like they're going to want to drive 3 hours, stay for a couple hours, and then drive 3 hours back home, you know? So it's like, if we're gonna pay this much amount for a house that's not even updated or doesn't have enough bedrooms, doesn't have a basement, then we might as well just pay this amount to build a home and make it everything that we want. So yeah, that's kind of a long explanation, but to sum it up, no, we probably will not be moving back to Michigan at all. Last question I will answer is, how many kids do you want total? I think I already answered this, but 3. That would be ideally. Obviously, if the Lord says, oh, you only get 1 baby, then we are blessed and that'll be that. But ideally we would love a total of 3, and I would like them to be super close in age. So yeah. But for right now, we're just gonna enjoy Oakley, and yeah, like I said, she's only 4 months old, so we probably won't start trying for another kid until the end of this year, maybe more towards the beginning of next year. Yeah, So that is all the questions that I'm going to answer, because most of them are all like repeated. I mean, there's only a couple, like 3 questions left, but they're all like repeats of what I already answered. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you have anything you want to say, if you want to talk, if you want to give a video suggestion, go ahead and leave that in the comments. But until then, we will just see you in our next video. Hey, can you say bye? Yep.